morning and welcome back to your Delta News Morning on Fox. We are currently taking a live look outside. We are facing north over the Mississippi River from Highway 82 Bridge. It looks gorgeous out there. Now there are a few clouds in the sky, but we're hoping for the best. Karen Williams will tell us more.
And looking at your satellite here, satellite radar, we have a few pesky showers and storms out to our west, out in Arkansas. There's a few clouds here in the parts of the western parts of the Delta, but for the most part, we are all quiet. There's a few little stray showers over here up past Ripley, but for the most part, things are pretty quiet. Now, looking at your weather headlines, the hot and humid conditions still continue. We're looking at heat indices up there near 103, so you really want to take it easy today if you're spending any time outside. And we're also monitoring a possible, I say that possible, tropical disturbance down in the Gulf. Well, we'll have that in a moment. Now, looking at our current temperatures, Greenwood, you're at 75 degrees with a southwest wind, 3 miles per hour. That humidity is at 96%. That dew point is 74. So it feels pretty sticky out there. Greenville, good morning to you. You're at the south-southwest winds at 3 miles per hour and the humidity 94%, and that dew point is at 74 as well. Currently around the region, it feels like with that moisture in the air, Jackson is 72, Winona 74, and Batesville at 75. Looking at another view of our satellite radar, you see a few showers that are just kind of easing their way east. But for the most part, we're dry for the most part. A few little scattered showers down to our extreme south. But for us, we are pretty dry. Looking at Futurecast right now, we have a front that's kind of moving in our direction. It looks like it's stalling a little bit. But this is the one that I'm concerned with here. This stationary front right here, that's what we're concerned with. That low is developing. What's going to happen? Hopefully, if I can get it in this frame, there we go. It'll start to move into the Gulf. The Gulf this time of the year is very warm. So if you have anything above 79 degrees, that is the right condition to help to feed thunderstorms. And this is also the birthplace where a lot of tropical disturbances and tropical storms tend to form this time of the year. So this is why we're watching this very carefully. If it should develop later in the week, what will happen is a lot of showers and storms could develop along the coast, which could be a flooding issue. So that's why we're monitoring it so closely. Looking at the nation's temperatures, Lincoln, Nebraska, 88. And then now we're looking at the river stage here in Greenville. That's another issue right now. I'm going to step off real quickly here. We have a flood warning, and that continues for the rivers of the Arkansas, Mississippi, and Louisiana. And that's near the counties of Chillicothe, Desha, Bolivar, and Washington counties. That's because we are at the max level here. And at that point, will be into effect until July the 21st. So right now it's reading at 53.8 feet. So it's going to be some moderate flooding issues that we're looking at right now because it's above stage. Now, as we look at our forecast, we have a sunny start. It is hot, 92 degrees. We have a chance of an isolated shower or storm, partly cloudy tonight, humid, 76. And that 7-day forecast, we still have opportunities for showers and storms each and every day, except for Friday and Saturday. Right now, the model looks like, I went with a current model right there in terms of our temperatures being in the mid-90s, but this is not reflecting the possibility of that development that's going down in the Gulf.
All right, so we definitely have to look out for flooding because that's a huge concern with many in the Delta. Just in our region, we've been suffering with that.
And see, we're just having that, and then that just came over. Ooh. So that's why I'm like kind of rushing here. Yeah, it's a lot going on right now.
I see. Look at me. I looked outside and I saw the sun, so I was like, oh, we're good. But I see that is some concern going on all over the Delta. Now, also happening over the weekend, tragedy hit the West Coast. People in the Southern California region recovering from back-to-back earthquakes.
Yes.
Let's take a look.
We're running on adrenaline.
Emotions are running high for Bill and Marilyn McKee.
This is our retirement home, and we're wondering how we're going to deal with this.
Their chimney came crashing through their ceiling during the 7.1 quake on Friday.
I thought it was a total loss last night.
Quite an experience, none I've ever lived through.
Glass bottles shattered across the kitchen floor, books and treasured mementos litter their living room.
It's stuff. We tell ourselves that. It's grandparents' stuff that's broken.
They barely escaped the second quake that destroyed their charming home they worked to build in Trona, the small town they both grew up in, 150 miles from LA.
We surely didn't expect something like this.
Across the town, past buckled roads and crumbled cinder blocks, shattered china and tossed furniture make it difficult to walk through this home.
You can't even get through this. How did you make it out?
So I finally turned the chair around and stepped around, and then I just walked across all that crap.
Anna Sue Eldridge and her husband Benny have lived in Trona since 1955.
I said, I've never been scared of anything in my life, but then I'll admit it.
I was just disgusted because we were going to have to start cleaning again. I hated that.
Their daughter and her husband came to help clean up after the 6.4 foreshock hit on Independence Day.
The meanest, ugliest earthquake I've been through. I just was, and it's just devastating to see what it's done to the house and everything in it.
With no water and power throughout the night and into Saturday, they slept under the stars in fear of more tremors. And that fear still remains.
We may be moving out of this one.
Tragedy there, very tragic.
Yes, it is. But one thing about it is California's been spared for about 20 years since they had the last earthquake, but still, you still have to go through the waves of some more aftershocks, unfortunately. One thing about it is, since they've had between California and Alaska, they are pretty much building the buildings pretty much to code now. So that's one reason why there hasn't been deaths either. Yeah.
Well, definitely going to have to keep updated. We're going to wish those in California the best. But coming up, we're going to take a look at some entertainment news. We'll have more on that after the break.